Sorry about before, Mr. Hyde. No problem. Guess I shouldn't really have come around when you weren't feeling up to it. Bad timing, I suppose. Look kind of pale. Anything troubling you? Actually... concerned about her safety. Worried about your safety? My safety? Why'd you be thinking about that, Mr. Hyde? I have a habit of knowing these things. I can imagine how terrifying it must be for a single woman living alone. Especially if they... Especially if they've had bugging devices planted in their home. Precisely, Mr. Hyde. I'm at the point where I really don't know what to do. I can't sleep at night either. If you like, you can talk to me about it, Mary. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. I really don't know what to do. I'm always thinking about what would happen if someone broke in at night while I'm asleep. Mary. Let's do something about it. What do you propose? Well, you could use something, such as this fucking security lock. Here, pass the security lock to Mary. This looks like a security lock for a door. It's one of the items I'm selling. Fits easily onto the door and lets you double lock it for extra security. If you fit your door with this, I'm sure you'll be able to sleep soundly at night. Think I can fit it to my door? Absolutely. This must be quite an expensive piece of equipment, right? Not at all. It's only $3. In that case, I'll take it. Glad to hear it. Here's your money. Perfect. $3, $3. I've only made someone hate me for my job and another hate me because they think I'm a perv sniffing her clothing. And, well, yeah. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, and I didn't really talk to anyone else. Right. Mary returns to the confines of her room. That's taken some of the pressure off. Glad Mary decided to buy something. That's that. Sold 2 items to people living here in this building. Maybe now that'll cut me some slack. No time to waste. I'll get him on the phone right away. Let's go talk to Ed. Phone's on the other side of the room. There it is. I still haven't returned the fucking tape yet back to Frank, but who gives a shit? Fuck him. Red Crown, how may I help you? It's me. Is that around? Yes, I'll just grab him. What do you want, Hyde? Just want to let you know I passed your little test. Sold some of the items to the people living here. You did you? Faster than I expected, too. Worked out what they needed and offered some suitable items from my stock. Clever. Finally realized what it takes to sell things, huh? Well, congratulations. No longer fired. Now get your ass over to the office pronto. Hang on, Ed. Favor I need to ask you. Fresh out of favors, I don't push it. Let me stay here and work instead of coming back to the office. Naturally, you must have a good reason for that. You'd have found out sooner or later. Took the order from that mysterious client. So I want to stay here until I get to the bottom of it. So you know who the client is now, I suppose? No, I haven't figured that part out yet. But I've been promised some more information about that and the reward soon. Just tell me why, Hyde. Why are you so hell-bent on completing this order? I mean, the thing went missing 25 years ago. What makes you think you can find it now? I'm not sure, but the order must have come straight to me for a reason. The person who sent it to me must believe that I can get to the bottom of it. You've probably heard from my mom by now, but the case on Dad's murder will be reopened. I've been thinking about it, and here's what I believe. Something tells me that if I can locate the item on the order sheet, I can find out more about his death. You mean, you think this is all connected? Come on, you're reaching a bit, aren't you? It's called a gut feeling. Gut feeling, huh? It's the Hyde I know, alright. Okay, you won me over. I'll let you deal with this order, despite my better judgment. The only condition is you come up with the goods without fail. From today onward, that crummy apartment you call home is your office. Roger that, Ed. Aside from the stuff you've already got Rachel looking into, is there anything else you'd find useful for your investigations? You ever heard of a guy named Frank Raver? He's older than you, used to be an LAPD cop. Frank Raver. Name rings a bell. Can't put a face to him. Why are you so interested in him? He lives in this building. Been looking into the events that happened 13 years ago. Seems like he's keen on solving the case that never got solved. The victim's name was Kathy McGrath. She was the wife of the hotel's owner. Okay. See if I can call in a couple of favors and dig up some dirt on the guy. I owe you, Ed. Things are looking up. Seems I can focus my efforts on that order now. Before I do anything, though, I'd better put all these things back in my box. I think it's time to try to find out a little more about this building. When I think about who's likely to know the most about the history of this place, and one who springs to mind is Sydney, cafe owner. Reminds me, haven't eaten anything since this morning. Maybe I'll head down there and grab a bite to eat. Maybe I will. No one down the hall, so unless someone walks out, it's a straight shot to the first floor. It's a straight shot to the first floor. I've noticed there hasn't really been any spot in this game where there's been any slowdown, unlike in in Hotel Dusk, where you reach the kitchen and it's just like, what the fuck, why is it so slow? But this one, it's been really smooth. I like that. Place is empty. Hi there, come on in. Welcome to Lucky's Cafe. Hi, Claire. What's today's coffee? Straight mandling? Probably. That's probably closer to what it actually is. Indonesia, and has a distinctive aroma and a strong taste to match. Sounds good. Take one of those on a large plate of pasta carbonara? What I don't give a shit. I can't speak words. Let me guess. You want that with mushrooms and coarsely ground pepper? Perfect. You got it, Mr. Hyde. Feel free to take your usual seat, too. Thanks. It's been quite a while since I had lunch here on a Monday. Here you go. Today's coffee and a plate of carbonara. Pasta's fettuccine. Bacon is hand-smoked by Dad. Looks and smells wonderful. Sure does. Enjoy. Claire leaves the table and heads off elsewhere. There's a freshly made cup of coffee and a piping hot plate of carbonara on the table. Man, I can't get enough of this smell. It did look really good. Hi there, Mr. Hyde. Huh? Oh, hi, Sydney. How are you enjoying today's coffee? Initial taste pretty mild, but it certainly has some depth to it. Doesn't it just? It's not everyone who can discern the taste of mandling. I like the full body texture too. Really know your coffee, Mr. Hyde. Plus this carbonara is something else. Glad you mentioned it. It's one of my own creations. Is that pride I'm sensing? You got it. This place prides itself on the food as well as the coffee, you know. Friendly staff too, and the best service you'll find anywhere around these parts. It's got everything. Be that as it may, I still can't believe we have to close this place by the end of the month. Sydney, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to it to come out that loudly. Have you found a new place to set the cafe up in yet? No, not yet, unfortunately, to be honest. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. 12 years of slogging at it here. I'm kinda hoped I'd never have to move. Can't say I'm looking forward to starting all over again. 12 years. It's quite a run. If you add that to the time I spent working at the old place, that's 18 years in total. You knew all about this place when it was a hotel, right? That's right. Some stuff I'd like to know about then. Could you tell me what kind of hotel it was? Actually, I could do better than that. I've got a picture if you'd like to see. Even better. Here it is in all its glory. That's how the place looked 13 years ago. Take the 1967 hotel photo from Sydney. Who knows, maybe a 13-year-old photo of the hotel will come in handy. Might have hang on to this for a while. Not at all, just bring it back when you're done. Sydney says his piece and moves away from the table. December 22nd. That afternoon, after lunch at Lucky's Cafe, I decided I needed some fresh air and headed into town. It's that time of year again. Streets are packed with people looking for presents. Before I even know it, I've taken myself into a back alley, away from all the commotion. It's not long before I find myself getting to an old movie theater nearby. This place is great. It only plays classic films, this time a western. Mean-looking guy with a heart of gold saves a village from bandits. Everyone loves him. Woman and the kid want him to stay, but he knows he's got to move on. Brilliant stuff. In a certain light, the profile of the star reminds me a little of my dad. Let out a sigh. By the time I leave the place, sun's already set and night is creeping in. Remembering my dad has left me feeling a little heavy-hearted. I shamble back home. The building looks decrepit, like it knows its days are numbered. I look up. Notice a light in one of the windows on the 4th floor. Somebody up there? Huh. Somebody's coming down the stairs. Who the hell's that? Hello there. Who are you? What's the matter? Too good to even say hello. Not that I mind. I'm Will White from room 306. So this is Will White. After giving the guy a good looking over, I seem to recall seeing him once before. I must apologize. It's a shame you didn't remember my name, especially since I know exactly who you are. Live in room 202, Mr. Hyde, right? That's right. Sorry, I didn't recognize you just now. No problem. Don't give it a second thought. I'm a salesman myself. Spend so much time away from your own business. It's no wonder most of the others in this building don't recognize me. Seems like the do-gooder gentleman type. Exact polar opposite to the type of salesman I am. I look forward to becoming a closer acquaintance with you, Mr. Hyde, but as you know, we're both about to leave this place. Looks like the most appropriate thing we can say will be along the lines of, it's a shame. You got that right. Excuse me if I'm a little forward, Mr. Hyde, but about leaving this place. Have you heard any further information from Mrs. Patrice? I'm especially interested in finding out exactly why she decided to sell all of a sudden. Just said that it's tough for one woman alone to run a place like this, not to mention the recent bout of trouble that's been happening. I see. I can fully appreciate how running this place alone could take it out of you. In fact, recently I've been disturbed by noises coming from the floor above at night. I wanted to ask her to take a look because I can't imagine what could be causing it. Please excuse me, I must be going. Will ascends the stairs and disappears out of sight. Will White, a man who certainly likes the sound of his own voice. When he told me about the noise and the light I saw just now, might be wise to go up and have a look. To the 4th floor. Cause something's happening. Someone's up there searching some shit, doing some shit. I wonder who it is. Huh. Fire door's open. Now, who could possibly be in? Huh. Door's open. You don't say. Someone's here. Man calls out without turning around. Is that you, Mr. Hyde? Dylan? Thought it'd be you. Looks like I need to add clairvoyance to the list of what handyman can do. I just figured there's only one person around here who'd sneak in like that. Guess I was right too. Yeah, you got me. Took a look around up on the fourth yesterday, right, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, did a bit of snooping. Noticed the door for 404 was unlocked, so I went inside. Went in 404, huh? Wonder who the culprit is. Hey. Culprit for what? Causing a ruckus up here. Thanks whoever it was, Mr. White from 306 complained about it to me. Because of that, Mrs. Patrice ordered me to find the cause of the noises, as if I don't have enough to do. What kind of complaint was made? Apparently there was some sort of loud noise all of a sudden from this floor. Mr. White was woken up by it and decided to complain. That explains what he was telling me when we spoke a little earlier. Got the impression that it doesn't take much to get his panties in a bunch. He's the kind of guy who pays too much attention to even the tiniest things, always ready to complain. To tell the truth, I don't really get on with him. Couldn't agree more. I've only ever spoken to him properly once. That's comforting. I'm glad it's not just me being petty about something. Comforting? Yeah. You see, after we last chatted, I thought that you're a really interesting guy, and I wanted to continue our conversation from before. It's not just me either, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Raver from 302 also said something about having a chat with you. Why do you want to continue our conversation? After I found out you used to be a detective, I really wanted to hear more about the kinds of things you did back on the force. Pretty sure you'd be bored by most of the stories I'd have to tell you. Really doubt that. I want to hear stories from real cases, evidence, clues, that sort of thing. Dylan, I'm serious. Sorry to disappoint, but I really don't have anything exciting to share. Really? That's a shame. Why does Frank want to talk with me? I would have thought it's because he knows he used to be a detective too. You and he must have a lot in common. So, should I assume that you told him about my past as well? Yeah, I told him, but only because he asked me. When did he do that? It was just this morning, actually. He asked what kind of man you were. This is what I told him. I said he used to be a cop back in Manhattan. And 4 years back, you shot your partner, quit the force, and became a salesman. Should I have kept my mouth shut? Right. Better be going. Not sure how it happened, but it seems the noise came from a knocked over floor light. We may as well leave this room together, Mr. Hyde. Actually, I'd appreciate some time to have a quick look around. You wanna look around in here? It's possible, yeah. Sure, go ahead. As long as you don't damage anything. I'll lock the place up later. Be seeing you, Mr. Hyde. Fucking what? Huh? The hell was that? The fuck? Doorknob has fallen onto the carpet. So this has come off. Pick up the doorknob. Stool's been left on the floor. Hope no one trips over it. There's a hole in the material. Dressed in desperate sort of tension. It's all old-fashioned dresses must have been all the rage when this place was furnished. There's a hole. Is that a hole of any notice? No. Guess not. Desperately need some attention. Uh-huh. Nothing. Got it. I'm gone. Chest of drawers are too dusty to bother opening. Search the sofa for spare change, but I expect all I find is dust. Just touching the bed sends a cloud of dust into the air. Chest of drawers on each side. Nothing. Nothing to go on. This big lamp lying broken on the floor. What of it? Okay. Using this here is gonna be all that helpful. Then where the fuck did it come from? Did it come from off the door? Oh, I guess it is a doorknob. What the fuck am I thinking? That should do it. Is that good? No, you stay there. What? What does this want from me? Oh, I gotta close the DS! There we go. Okay, now I should be able to get this door open. Oh shit. What now? Do I leave? I think I need to leave. Frank wants to talk to me. Let's go. It's my pager. Better head back to my room. Frank can wait. Fuck him. I don't need to hand back his shit anytime soon. Fuck it, who cares? My tape now. Somebody standing in the hallway. He's Tony. Yo, what up? Hey there. Hi, Tony. How's the wax you bought? It's perfect. Just tried a little bit earlier and my guitar was shining in no time. It's good to hear. Certainly is. No, more importantly than that. Hey, Tony. What's with all the smiles? Hide. You really are a sly one, man. You're not making any sense. What do you mean? Come on, there's no need to be modest about it. I saw, man. What'd you see? Went to see you in your room, but instead caught a peek at some hot chick. It's gonna be Mila, isn't it? She came here. What'd she look like? Oh, she had long blonde hair. Anything else? Yeah, she was smoking. I mean, she was petite and slender. Got any ideas? I got plenty of ideas, but remember then? Have you? When'd you see her? I don't know, about 30 minutes ago. I was hanging around outside your room. Did you speak to her? Well, I wanted to, but as soon as I opened my mouth, she ran off. Sorry, but I gotta split. Somewhere I need to be. Tony says his piece and leaves. Oh, she came. She's still around here? Or did you, like, get into my room or whatever? I don't know. Sounds like you ran off, though. Unfortunate as it may be. Huh. There's a note on my door. Oh, I see her name. I already see it. Remember the note that's been jammed onto the door. It reads, "Missed you. I'll drop in another time, Mila." So it was her. Well, shit. Missed her. That sucks. Hopefully I'll see her another time. Hopefully. I'd be down for that. Time to give Rachel a call. Lights on and I'm answering my phone. It's probably gonna be that guy. Hear a man's voice on the tape. It sounds familiar somehow. He must deliver the Scarlet Star to whoever was responsible for Kathy McGrath's death. I know that voice. For information on the reward, check under table B in Lucky's Cafe at 7 p.m. today. Deliver the Scarlet Star to whoever's responsible for Kathy's death. Regarding this reward, be in Lucky's Cafe at 7, and look beneath table B. Hell's this? Some kind of joke? It's my pager again. Yeah, hold your horses, Rachel. Right crowd, how may I help you? It's me. Ed's been wanting to talk to you. I'll pass you over. Rachel, before you pass me over, I need to ask something. What is it? I just heard that Mila came to my room while I was out. Left me a note saying she'd try again later. Really? She was there? Must have gone straight to your place after arriving in LA. Supposed to be meeting her shortly. That's good. Could you let her know how I got the note? Sure thing, sweetie. Okay, passing over to Ed now. I got some info for you, Hyde. It's about the reopening of your father's case. I managed to get some time with a friend of the mayor's and we had a chat. Say why they chose now of all times to reopen the case? LAPD are eager to put the decisiveness of candidate Hugh Speck to the test and to begin a huge crackdown on a certain organized crime syndicate. As a grand opening to this campaign, they decided that one of the most infamous unsolved cases in recent history would be apt. As it turns out, one of the most prominent ones of their list happens to be your dad's. Ed, are you trying to tell me that the organized crime syndicate they're after is... You got it, Hyde. It's Nile. They've had their eyes on that group since the event at Hotel Dusk a year ago. This is crazy. You seriously think my dad's death is connected in some way to Nile? Trust me, I was shocked too when I heard it. When I found your dad's body in that parking lot 25 years ago, we discovered that he'd been killed elsewhere roughly 2 days before, then moved. There's no witnesses, no obvious signs leading to the murderer. We were stuck. We searched the suitcase we found on the scene and officially identified him. It was Chris Hyde. My superior at the time was keen to put this case to rest and told me to tie things up. This is what he said to me. He said that a small-time case like me wasn't worth the time and effort. Can't believe that it may have had some sort of connection to Nile. In fact, that connection has only just become apparent to me. Was your superior Hugh Speck? Yeah, that was him. I've got some interesting information of my own, Ed. I found out who the recipient for the lost item on that order sheet is. Yeah, who's the lucky guy? According to the client, I'm supposed to hand it to whoever was responsible for the murder that happened here 13 years ago, Kathy McGrath's murder. I want you to deliver the item to the murderer in an unsolved case? That's what it sounds like. Now it's starting to make sense. Client, whoever they are, wants more than just an item. When you investigate the events in that building's past too. So it seems. There's something that doesn't sit right with me about all this, Hyde. I know what you mean. Still looking into Frank Raver. I'll call you when I have something. Got it. Right. I need to go... Is it 7? Buzzer suddenly sounds. Who's that? Who it is? You're the last person I expected to see. What do you want? I just wanted you to return my tape. Tony informed me that it's in your possession. Hand it over. He's got a point. Did you get it from Tony yesterday? Sure. Here's your fucking tape, now leave me alone. Hand Frank's tape back to him. Yes, that's my tape, alright. Perhaps you care to tell me how my tape entered your possession, Mr. Hyde. I'd be very glad to know. What did Tony tell you? Told me to ask you. Now, please enlighten me. Why'd you have my tape? I found it. Where, exactly? In the laundry. Was it together with my tape recorder? No, I came across the tape after I returned your tape recorder to you. And that's your story, is it? What makes you think I'd have any reason to lie to you about something like that? Think about it. What would I have to gain? Mr. Hyde, when Tony summoned me to the 4th floor yesterday, he said he had some business, except when I arrived at the designated spot, it wasn't Tony I met, but you. Tony decided not to make an appearance. Then today he came to my room and asked me to forget all about the day before. He also told me that you had my tape and then left. Can't claim to understand what that man is thinking, Mr. Hyde. Well, he'll get no answers from me. I can barely work him out either. If you really want to try and find out, you're gonna have to ask him. That much we can agree on. Anyway, I think we've concluded our business. Hold on, Mr. Raver. I have something I want to ask you. Do you now? You're not going to be happy about this, but I listened to your tape. You did what? Yeah, I listened, and what I heard surprised me. Seems you're still trying to solve that murder that happened here 13 years ago. I'd like to know why you're so interested in that case, Mr. Raver. You really want to know? Well, tough. It has nothing to do with you. Maybe not, but I'm still curious. There's more to this case than I originally thought. More, you say. Seems you haven't been able to rid yourself of your acute detective senses. Normal people would just accept that this has nothing to do with them and move on. But a detective views things differently. And once he gets the scent, he has to act. I saw the changes in your eye when you heard. This sense is more a curse than a blessing. It's as you say, Mr. Raver. I'm forced to ask these questions. I understand. Nevertheless, I'll tell you straight. Stop pursuing me in my investigations, and cease trying to go after those connected to this crime. Who's connected to this crime? Seems you've not taken my advice, Mr. Hyde. Spit it out! Take a look at this photograph. It's a picture of a funeral. Yes, the funeral of one of the people who found Kathy McGrath's body. See the funeral photo. If you look really carefully, there's someone in the picture I'm sure you recognize. Mr. Hyde, I am forced to stop you interfering any further. Therefore, I'd appreciate it if you could avoid hindering me. Do not obstruct my investigations any further. And stay away from the people you see in this picture. Okay, I'll take a long, hard look at the picture. There's one more thing I need to ask you, Mr. Raver, and that is, what can you tell me about Condor? You mean to say you don't know what Condor is? I wouldn't be asking if I did. I shall repeat what I just said. Leave my investigations alone. That's all I have to say. Fuck you. Frank leaves the room. What am I supposed to be looking for? Who's this dude? There's Mary. I'm sure that's like husband or brother. No. No one so far. But yeah, there's some dudes on the left. Who dat? Hold on. Rex? What's Rex doing in the photo? Mary Rivet is in this picture. And not just her, Rex Foster is there too. What possible connection could the two of them have had 13 years ago? 7 fucking o'clock. Let's go to a Lucky Cafe. Slump myself onto my ancient sofa and drift off into my thoughts. Unsolved case. What do I hope to reveal by looking into such an old case? 7 o'clock already. Better make a move. Wouldn't want to miss my chance for some more info. Right. Down to the cafe, because I need to go check out Table B. door of room 203 is open. Hear somebody's voice come from inside. I know that voice. Dress looked good on you. Had a great time yesterday. After the voices stop, somebody leaves the room. Huh. I'll see you soon. I'll wait at the same shop as before. Hey, Betty. What you doing with that guy? With that motherfucker? Betty. Yes, Mr. Hyde? Sorry about before, Betty. You were a little out of order, but life's too short to bear grudges. I was kinda hoping you'd say that. I'll see you later, Mr. Hyde. Just a moment. What is it? I'm a little curious about that guy who left your room just now. Oh, you saw, did you? Yeah. Name's Rex. But do you know who he is? What's your connection with him, Betty? Connection? You and him an item or something? Mr. Hyde, I don't want to be rude, but you're beginning to sound like my dad. Your dad? But anyway, Rex is a regular customer at my shop. We've been out for dinner more times than I can remember, and sometimes to go drinking too. Recently, we decided to make a go of it and become a couple. Don't take this the wrong way, but do you know the kind of guy he is, Betty? Not exactly the... Are you gonna tell me he's dangerous? Actually, I was. You don't have to worry about me, Mr. Hyde. I know how to choose my men. Rex has a strong personality, isn't afraid to spend his cash, and knows how to treat a lady. Maybe a bit rough around the edges, but he's lonely and a sucker for the soft touch. Trust me, Mr. Hyde, I know what I'm getting myself into. I could wrap him around my little finger. No way he could do the same. That's comforting. What does that mean? Lonely and a sucker for the soft touch, huh? Doesn't that describe you, Betty? I'm going back to my room. Betty finishes talking and does just that. So, what's that rat up to this time? That motherfucker. I'm after you. Cockbag. You there? No, I don't see him. Whatever. I got business in the cafe. I don't give a shit.